Hello everyone. In this video I wanted to show how you can use the new multi-font and sprite support along with the font fallback system in TextMesh Pro to use things like Font Awesome. So let's get going with this. So right now I'm using the latest release of TextMesh Pro, which is available on the user forum. I haven't uploaded it yet to the asset store. I'm going to do that probably in a few days. So let's clear the scene, and we're going to create a new UI text object, going to create UI, and we're going to choose TextMesh Pro. I'm just going to show quickly how we can use the multi-font stuff and basically the Font Awesome, which is going to make use of the font fallback system. So a simple line of text, and I'm going to change my rect transform size and just expand it to cover that. So in the latest release of TextMesh Pro, I added support for multi-fonts, and that basically means you can now go in your text box and use the font tag with, let's say I'm going to use the Impact SDF font. And as you can see, as soon as I complete the tag, whatever follows the tag switches to the new font. So I'm just going to use the word simple, or actually only make the word simple use the impact font. So by going /font, it goes back to whatever the previous font that was used. Okay, so this is kind of how you use the multi-fonts, and you can use, just a quick side note, in this I could actually go material equal impact SDF dash drop shadow. And as you can see, this is kind of subtle, but now we've got a drop shadow on this text object. Let me actually zoom in. So you can actually switch the font and switch material at the same time as well. So now let's do our Font Awesome stuff. And what I'm going to do is in TextMesh Pro, there's a settings file, which is the TMP settings file. And in this settings file, you can define what the default font asset is. You can define default properties on the text object when you create a new one, what sprite asset is going to be used, and what style sheet is going to be used. But in this case, we're interested in a font fallback system. So what I'm going to do right now is get rid of the Font Awesome as a fallback, just so I can show exactly what's going on. So right now, the only thing we've got as a fallback is the Arial SDF. Well, what does that mean? Well, if I go here and I type /u, the Font Awesome, let me explain that real quick, is I created a font asset. I'm not sure where I put it. Font, there it is. No, there it is not. Okay, so I created a font asset of the Font Awesome font. So basically I downloaded it as a TTF from their website. Then I created a font asset using the font asset creator in TextMesh Pro, which is located here in Windows, TextMesh Pro font asset creator. Once I created this, it means I can now use that font asset. Now in the previous releases of TextMesh Pro, I would have to assign this font asset here, and I could only use one font per text object. But now with the multi-font support, I can use as many fonts as I want. So the trick here with Font Awesome with the font fallback means that I don't need to manually type. Like I could have, instead of using impact, I could have typed Font Awesome blah 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 blah. I guess Font Awesome dash web font SDF, which is kind of long, but more importantly, this font only has symbols and icons. It has no characters, so switching it to type stuff would be kind of weird. So instead, I'm going to use the UTF-32 because the Font Awesome, the icons are located in F00 and upwards. So I'm going to go 0000 F081, which is the symbol for the Twitter icon. Now in this case, we got this little square, and that's because we're trying to access a character in the font asset, which is Arial SDF, and whatever this character is, it does not exist, so we get this little square. The reason why I wanted to do this is to show you how it works with the TMP settings file, right? That's the reason I went and deleted it. So now let's add Font Awesome, and let's see what happens when we add it as a fallback, which is sitting right here. Oops, my apologies for that. So now as you can see, as we type the text, when TextMesh Pro detects that we have a missing character, which is the whole point of the font fallback, it's going to go through this list and say, hey, is this whatever F081 character present in Arial SDF? No, it's not. Hey, is it in Font Awesome? Yes, it is. Then it's actually going to use it here. And this makes it really nice in terms of you can seamlessly go back and forth between whatever fonts you're using and then a font fallback that would have icons and graphics and a bunch of things in it. Now, regardless of where this text come from, it still respect all the different font tags. So if I go and I type a color, and I guess the color for this thing is as such, and let me go /color after. So now you can see I can color these icons in my text. I don't know, blah, blah. So it behaves exactly as you would expect it. So if I do word wrapping, it's going to wrap like any other text. If I play with alignment, it's just going to do whatever it's supposed to do. And actually, instead of blah, 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 how about I show my Twitter thing, which is at Zolran. And let's add a line feed here just to push this on the other line. And let's go back and make this center as such. Now, just as a quick side note, in this release, you can also add sprites. Using a different sprite asset. Let me go switch that to the default one. So right now it's using this sprite asset. I'm just going to say, hey, use the default one that comes with TextMesh Pro. So now you can see how I can mix and match different fonts, different characters, and even use Font Awesome and sprites in my text. And again, everything behaves as expected. Let me remove the center stuff. And I'll remove the line spacing here and just show how the word wrapping just behaves exactly as you would expect it. Well, that's it for this short video. And if you have any questions, feel free to post or comment. And thanks for watching.